Alan, medium-sized SUVs are an important part of the Australian market. What have we got today?
We've got a Forester, the 2022 Forester S.
Yes.
So let's say it's a small to medium SUV, 5 seats, and it's got a full-size spare, which I like a lot.
And it's got categories that I don't understand. It's got the base model, the S model, the premium model and the sport model, but the premium's not the top one.
And the S is the top one. Comes in 2 different engine options. There's a $44,190 2.5 litre flat 4 or boxer engine, and you add $3,000 to get the hybrid. It's only a mild hybrid, in my view. It's got questionable value. The front of the car hasn't had much of an upgrade since this brand new model was released. What would that be, David? Three years ago, would you say?
I think.
Once you get under the bonnet, you notice that the engine sits rather low in the engine bay.
Alan, it looks enormously long engine bay, doesn't it?
Well, it does look long, but I think that's because the engine's so short. Okay. All of this front bit is just paraphernalia. It's the drive belts and so forth. And you know, David, I think this is one engine that really could do with the tiniest of little turbos. And this model has 18-inch wheels. Not the most stunning or startling wheel design in history, but it's quite a chunky little body. David, chunky little body, that should appeal to us.
Well, it's got a couple of lines here. It's got this darker part here. It's got a line here and then a line there.
But these sacrifice pieces, I mean, you know, it's got this kind of scratchy pattern on it. I don't know, like I question, they say that they can be easily replaced.
Rather a strong line down here near the sill, isn't it?
Well, it's all just trim. It's all just add-on stuff. But everything feels so nice. The door handles feel nice and solid, which I quite like. The roof rails look like they've been properly designed, and there's some more of that scratchy pattern, which is the same as on the wheel trims.
You want to put a bike rack on the top there, don't you?
Especially if you're lesbian.
I hadn't seen the link, but...
Have you not?
No.
What David doesn't know is this car's very big in lesbian land.
Oh, is it?
Huge.
Okay.
Huge. Don't ask me why, it just is. Perhaps the girls can tell us. The rear end got a little bit more design into it as the car aged, and this model certainly has aged well. Luckily, the tailgate is much quicker than it used to be on the old model. Inside, a lot of space going into the 60-40 split seats, and also you'll notice in the back one of the Harman Kardon speakers. I just like saying Harman Kardon. There's a place here to tie stuff down and a little latch to put the back seats down from the back, and I think that's so important, David.
Oh, that's not bad by the look of it, Alan.
That's a ton. That's a ton of space.
Look at that.
Little double mat pocket. Excellent.
Oh, this is sort of divided into 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And down here we've got some outlets for your USB. Of course, they are power only, and a couple of vents. No controls, but a couple of vents.
Well, again, I had room in the back, and I've certainly got plenty of room here with enough sort of adjustment in and out.
Yeah, got electric adjustment for the front seats. 2 screens here, the larger infotainment screen, little one up here. Normal controls laid out pretty well. And down on the center console, there's revised X mode. That's for off-road driving, David.
Snow and mud.
Yep.
Snow and dirt.
And that's aided by the SI drive up on the steering wheel. You can switch the camera on with this one, seat heating with this, and there's an electronic parking brake and auto hold in traffic. The gear lever controls the CVT automatic, and there's paddles to control the simulated steps.
Steps in the gearbox. Yep.
You can see the rain has just started, and this road was already slightly greasy. Believe me when I say it is not one that you want to drive on at speed when it's wet. It's absolutely treacherous. But it's moments like these when I really appreciate all-wheel drive. I've got set in S mode, which is Subaru Sports mode. Now remember, this is a CVT, so there's no actual gears. But what the Subaru system does is it simulates gear ratios. You can see going around those corners there's a little bit of bounce because the suspension is quite soft. But it never feels like it's going to lose traction. What Forester is designed for is a little bit of light off-roading, but it's a great tourer. It gives you the feeling and the confidence that you could put anybody in this and go as far as you want. Would have to be wet right on the worst corner. There's a lovely feeling of ease. The steering is so light, even in S mode. But you do feel a little remote from what's going on outside, because it is set to soak up a lot of bumps. For that reason, the ride is absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, no question. Now I'm at 110. There's a couple of buttons on the steering wheel that you're going to want to press at the speed. One is the lane control button, and it's auto steering, so it's full auto steering. I'm not sure I trust it in any car. This seems to be not too bad, but I still like to have full control of the car myself. On this surface though, there is quite a bit of noise inside. This also has autonomous emergency braking going backwards, and it's got a whole bunch of other things, airbags and so forth. The audio system is good. Of course, I can't demonstrate it to you because YouTube will have a fit. If it sees a car in front, it brings up some coloured LEDs on the windscreen. I don't know what good that does to you, but anyway, there it is. It also has a couple of annoying tones, which I always turn off straight away. Once you turn the smart cruise control on, it bings every time it sees a car in front and every time that car in front goes away. That would do my head in after a half an hour. And the other thing is, I took a phone call before because I've got my phone plugged into CarPlay, and the digital speedo disappeared. It told me I was on the phone. Don't know about you, but I'd much rather the system tell me that I was doing a certain speed than I was on a phone call that I knew I was on. Now we've entered a tunnel. You can hear it is a little noisier in here. Maybe you can't. The dash, I think, looks rather nice at night. You can see up top, that top screen, that's giving me my eyesight details. Personally, I find that really annoying, but it's telling me that the active cruise control is on and the active steering is on. The screen below is giving me the details of what's on my phone. In this case, it's Google Maps. And the centered dash in front of me is clearly lit up. Now, I think Subaru is missing a trick. I think this could be a full digital dash. You've picked me up now just having entered the Sydney Harbour Tunnel, so I'm under the water as we speak, or at least near to under the water. You'll notice the traffic is stop-start. This is one of Sydney's most notorious roads. It is absolutely ridiculous, and it's the same every afternoon. And this goes for several kilometres, all the way over to the other side of the harbour, several suburbs. But what I wanted to demonstrate was the fact that I have no pedals active at the moment. I'm not doing a thing, the car's doing everything. I've got my automated steering on, and the system is looking at the car in front, and it's operating the throttle and the brake. Next, I'm going to do what most people will be trying to do, and that is to try and park. That little beep was the Subaru telling me the car in front had moved. I could tell it had moved because it moved. But I guess it's great for people that aren't paying attention. Now, nice clear rear view camera, telling me exactly where I need to go. Got a bit of schmutz on it from when we were out and about. But look at that, that's nice and clear. I can see there's a pole behind me. The sensors have come up. And that's it. That's it this week for the Subaru Forester S. David, I think it's a really nice car, beautiful on the road, lovely to drive, lovely to park. I can't think of anything bad to say about it, but I would like the fuel consumption to be a little bit less.
And it's not as good in the hybrid mode as some other hybrids.
No, well, this isn't the hybrid, of course, but
No,
yes, absolutely right. So, it's come to that time where you must hit like.
Leave a comment.
And just over there to subscribe.